So it's been a pretty decent amount of time since I've done a challenge PvP team, meaning like I go in with an idea and I just do it. Normally I do like monster features or whatever. But this is the first time in a while I've done like an archetype, I guess you would call it. So this team is all like roaring entrance or like immediate turn on entrance monsters. The front line was just like a water front line that I pulled together. I used Wooloid because I haven't really used him, Charybdia, Guillemari, and Sturgeonitis. But then the rest of the team, everybody has roaring entrance. So, if they bring in a monster, I'm going to be getting a turn. And that happens throughout the whole team. You'll see all the monsters that I have in here. And this was fun. I played with this team quite a bit. I don't know why I found it so entertaining, but just people play differently against you, knowing that, I mean, obviously they don't know that every monster in my team has roaring entrance, but they play differently when they see that the next monster in line is going to get a turn immediately, because that impacts the battle. So it was a lot of fun to just like play around with this team and see if I could make it work. You'll see a couple different battles here, using it to varying degrees of success. But what I mostly found with this team is a lot of the roaring entrance monsters, what makes them good, is the roaring entrance. So they'll come in, they'll get a turn, and they'll do something on that first turn. But after that, they kind of get stuck. So people like Searguard or Icefang, there's only so much they can do, because, if there's nobody with Chrono Weakness, for example, then Searguard just sits there. And at this point in time, it's not like Time Strike is doing enough to kill every monster on the field, Somebody like Centurion, who you see I have next in line, he, comes in, stuns everybody, gets the turn, but if he can't Counterstrike or Night Watch, and if they have stun protection, completely useless monster. And none of the roaring entrance monsters have, maybe not none of, but very, very few of, if any, that I can think of, have the ability to get rid of teammates. So I ended up with a lot of monsters just sitting on the field and not really doing anything, which is why I had in the front line like Guillemari, Charybdia, Sturgeonitis to make something happen at the beginning, because obviously what's roaring entrance going to do in the front line? And a lot of the roaring entrance monsters have 20% speed because they're going to get a turn anyway. So I needed to be able to actually stand a chance in the battle. But you'll see that it's fun to just go in and know that you're going to get a turn every time they bring in a new monster. And because I luckily didn't run into any Bastias or Gyriduses, so we're all good. Let's talk about this gameplay. So Link Waterfront line here. Sturgeonitis gets the turn from Grizzleguard, which is huge because I could instant stun killer, kill the Yuki, and kill his Christine. Now Nultron can't really do anything. And then I go for the instant Overwatch Protect because I know if he tries to snowball, I will be able to pull off an adverse strike. Went for Turbo Tusk, which it killed. This Yuki, he could snowball, which then might block anybody from killing Prismegasis, but then that brings in the Ice Fang, who's able to assassinate. Then I do this Union attack here so that I would still have Guillemari ready for a turn when Sturgeonitis died to the Huskegan entrance, but then Gabriel just killed Guillemari anyway. Get rid of Nultron so that I can safely bring in Centurion with this entrance. Instant Stun Killer almost kills Huskegan, but I can clean him up easily. Searguard kills the Angel Lion. Now looking at this, what do I want to do? I decide to Night Watch the Huskegan and Exocross, brings in his Infernocorn and Centurion. Luckily, my Houdinoid came in and got the turn immediately so I could Shield Steal and then kill his Infernocorn. Instant Stun Killer kills his Centurion. Now we're really just cleaning up. Kind of swept through his team pretty quick for a guy with a lot of mythics. Felt pretty good about this one. Wallbreaker, we're just playing cleanup here. Kill Gabriel with something eventually. Headhunter there from the Ogre Master. So that was a fun team. Got some nice showcases. Really clutch with the Houdinoid there, especially. Here, right off the bat, Accelerate. His Bundum has to Terminator form unless he wants to kill the Wooloid, but then he would just be giving one of my people a turn. Oh, which he decides to do anyway. Okay, so he killed his Nova Drake by doing that, because I can instant stun killer into the Union attack. Polybos could stun, but wouldn't make any sense. I go for the bind on Polybos so that I can overconfidence break Sheikah Bloom, which revives the Sturgeonitis. Now I can protect Razor Storm, does have the life flip, but just goes for the union attack. Trimagus can Guardian Execute, but then I come in and get the turn to stun his Bundum before Bundum takes a turn. Trimagus almost kills Guillaumerai with that bloodshed, but I decided to kill Razor Storm because I had the seconds and I wanted to save the instant stun killer. I guess. Oh yeah, because Trimagus isn't really doing anything, so there's no point in killing him yet. There I just kill his first form Guillaumerai, meditate again, so that I will be getting a turn before Prism Paw. Charybdia, because she's accelerated, doesn't have Virulent Grasp ready yet, but it should be coming any second now. Kill the Prism Paw, and just because I had it, Venom time's up. It's 68 seconds. Kill Trimagus and Skyhera. Then Assassinate to take the Stealth off Demule, and do the instant stun killer just to make sure that the Nullifying Strike kills Demule, although it would have anyway. Gabriel Slayer breaks Charybdia, but that brings in my Seer Guard, who then kills his Ianrax. Bundum is now back in a Terminator form. He has the double survivor, but just kills Guillaumerai. Brings in Centurion, who I used to take the shield off the Rockoid, and now I have... No, I don't have Bloodcrave yet, because it was Ianrax with Hold Ground. But I do have... Oh no, I thought I had Bloodcrave on Ice Krang too. Nope, that's fine. But I do have this Counter-Strike for the Rockoid, which charges Bloodcrave on Centurion, and a Bloodthirst on Sturgeonitis, which I could use on Poseidon, and I guess I just do. The Cyclophenia could be an issue, but I'm not too worried because I've got a bunch of monsters left. And again, like, any monster that comes in is going to get a turn immediately, so it's going to help me out. He Oddbreaker Centurion. I just give the Bundum a turn. I think he has the Nova Blast. Maybe he doesn't have the Seeker skill turned on. He must not. But again, give Polybos a turn. Jawshank comes in. Oh, this is actually getting kind of close. Because like I said, a lot of these Roaring Entrance monsters have like use on their first turn, kind of. But if there's nothing they can do, there's nothing they can do, and they just sit there and don't really have any damage potential. But luckily, his Cyclophena doesn't really have anything she can do either, so it's just like me versus this Bundum. But luckily, Element Advantage, Piercing Blow from the Shiny Heaven's Horn is going to kill that. Then I can Time Strike the Cyclophena, and Mr. Bun has nothing left to do but Bunny Bomb, giving me the win there. Moving on to the next match, me against Watchy DJ. He's got some Death Revenge monsters, and Skarlagard might be able to kill Charybdia. Actually, no, I don't think... Well, maybe with the attack boost, if he can go around. I feel like that's one of those interactions that it's like up in the air, like sometimes, oh, what's his name? Arborgaius? No. The guy that summons Arborgaius, the whale. You know what I'm talking about, with Raw Maneater in the front line. Sometimes he kills Firiel, sometimes he doesn't. It's one of those, like, TBD interactions. Xanacorn can't really do anything with Sturgeonitis blocking him. He goes for the Stun Pulse anyway, just summons the Sturgeonitis back. I Protect. Talonite can't really do anything. Xanacorn doesn't have a kill. So at this point, I've played with Xanacorn a couple times, and I feel like you have to use him in a setup where you can get Tempest Annihilation going, because otherwise he just sits there, and you have to like waste a Void Bloodthirst or an Assisted Thunder, and neither of those are very good things to be wasting. So maybe I'll make a team with him soon. We'll see. For now, kill the god Paka, because Guillaumerai won't take the Sleep Revenge, but Sweet Feather with the entrance puts Sturgeonitis to sleep. So we're basically running a 2 against 4, except 3 of his monsters are way out of play. Talonite is charging up Survivor and will probably have it on his next turn, but I just repulse him there. Guillaumerai now should be able to get a turn to kill Lionheart before he gets a turn. Yep. Now Talonite has to reset his seconds counter. Still have critical damage on the Sweet Feather for Time Strike, but it doesn't quite kill. He was at like, I don't know, 160 seconds or whatever. Chronozillion can fast strike anybody he wants, won't kill Charybdia, but does kill Guillaumerai. Now, I just go for the Time Strike because nobody has Chrono Weakness. Arborgaius could solo Deathstroke or Raw Deathstroke. I don't think he's done either of those yet. He decides to just skip. Makes sense, she's sleeping. But then he skips again behind my Ice Fang. I don't know. I'm kind of sitting with some useless monsters right now, but so is he, so this is sort of just a battle of stalling. But then finally Charybdia wakes up, so we're able to start making some things happen here. He's still not using any moves with Arborgaius, I guess. Oh, because I don't think he's ready to bring in the Centurion yet. So I guess he's just kind of skipping, but then I'm going to be killing through his monsters. I don't know. But he doesn't have any way to kill my Sturgeonitis, which means I can bring in that Trimagus whenever I want. I decide, sure, go ahead and skip behind with your Arborgaius. I don't care. You're not doing anything with him. Ice Fang can't do anything, so I'll probably just throw off an Assassinate and then kill Trimagus with the Virulent Grasp. Let's see if he finally takes a turn. Sometimes it decides to stall with a Kinslayer. Obviously not going to do anything. This fast strike, I would probably go for Sturgeonitis. Yep. Brings in the stunning entrance. Now I can counterstrike Arbor Gaius, the Death Revenge. Luckily hits Centurion with the shield, so that works out for me. Virulent Grasp kills the Arctic Claws. I see he's got an Alice next in line, who I'm not quite ready to take the entrance, but I don't really have a choice. So I have to eat the stunning entrance. It's really no biggie because he doesn't have a ton of kill potential right now. Still needs to charge Alice, but he could Detox Slash, I guess. I don't see, unless you're going for Charybdia, yeah, I don't see the point in doing that. Finally, bring in Avioronic so I can payback killer his Talonite. Hazuki has a target with Charybdia, yep, with Slayer Break. Brings in Ogre Master, who I then kill his Hazuki with. Luckily, since she's second form, she died to that element disadvantage attack. Now we're just left with Chronozillion and his Alice. I think we've got this one in the bag. I double Zealous attack. I could have gone for the Wall Breaker just to guarantee the kill on Chronozillion, but it really didn't matter. We wrap up this final battle here with a victory. So that is going to do it for my full Roaring Entrance team. Here's the team just to get a look at it. I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a fun challenge, fun team to use. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.